What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another uniform review video. Alright, so we have two new uniforms that just got added. We have the two Christmas uniforms, which is going to be Lady Deadpool's and also Gwenpool's. So here we have the holiday party for Lady Deadpool, and it's going to add a ugly sweater for her. And also, what is it? It candy canes her, or actually, that's wrapping paper, isn't it? Can we zoom in? What is that? Yeah, it's wrapping paper. No, I don't know what it is. I thought it was wrapping paper. And then it adds like little kind of green nubs to the end of the katanas there. And also, oh yeah, she's got like the red and green kind of like sweatbands on her hair there, which is kind of cool as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the uniform here. It is going to be a synergy uniform, which is fantastic. So that's good if you already bought the Lady Deadpool uniform, but you still wanted to get the Christmas uniform here, or the holiday party one. Then of course you're not going to be losing anything after just buying the Lady Deadpool uniform, because that is a very recent uniform. The uniform bonus, we're going to have two changes here for the uniform, and that's going to be first on the uniform bonus here, it's going to increase guaranteed dodge up to 15%, whereas previously on the Lady Deadpool it was just 10%. So we get an extra 5% there, which is pretty nice. And then we have one skill change here, which is going to be the 5th skill. And that's going to be Deadpool's Parade, which is also going to be a very strong change. And boom, as you can see here, it now has all defense down. So yes, Deadpool, or Lady Deadpool, has all defense down on every skill except for her second skill. So yeah, only one of her skills doesn't have all defense down, so that's pretty crazy. But what's notable about the change here is it's going to stack up to minus 80%, and it still ignores immunity, so all of the all defense down here for Lady Deadpool does work on world bosses. But now we have a minus 81 on top of her others, which is a minus 55, minus 55, and a minus 50. So yeah, just for that fact here. Oh, she's wearing little Santa Claus boots as well. I didn't notice that. That's actually really cute. Yeah, so anyway, that's actually a really strong change there, because minus 80 for all defense down. That's a huge number right there. So yeah, I really like this uniform in terms of the one skill change and then increasing the guaranteed dodge. If you already have the Lady Deadpool, it's going to be a 630 crystal cost uniform, because it is that synergy bonus. If you do not already have the Lady Deadpool uniform, I think of course this uniform is going to be the best uniform for Deadpool so far. So if you don't have any uniforms for Deadpool, or if you just have the X-Force one and you were maybe not too thrilled about the Lady Deadpool, I think the Lady Deadpool Holiday Party Edition here is definitely going to be worth the upgrade from the X-Force uniform. That skill change is really, really powerful. So yeah, I like this uniform. I mean, not too happy that it was very close proximity to when Lady Deadpool's just released, because then it's kind of like, oh right, another uniform here to buy for Deadpool. But again, I like the uniform, so I think it's worth the 630 crystals if you want to upgrade. If not, you can just stick, of course, with your Lady Deadpool or X-Force and still take advantage of the tier 3 to get that extra all defense down, so that you can see the bars melt like you usually do. And then the other uniform is going to be the Gwenpool uniform. So let's go ahead and hop over here, take a look at Gwenpool's new uniform here. What was the name of it? Also Holiday Party. Okay, that makes it nice and easy to remember. So here we have our Holiday Party. But no, switch. Okay, there we go. Holiday Party uniform, and it's not a synergy uniform, and you do only get this uniform for the token shop, so you will have to actually spend money to get this uniform, because we only get 10 total tokens for free, and it does cost 30, so you have to make up that other 20 from shop purchases, and that is going to be like $20 worth of purchases, so do keep that in mind. But of course, those are just regular purchases that you might be making anyway, because we do have a uniform sale going on right now. So maybe you're thinking you're going to pick up a uniform anyway, so you might be buying one of the agents offers, number 1 or 2 or something like that. So you'd be getting tokens that way, because of course the tokens are just added on top of your purchases, so it's not like you're losing anything from the purchase to be able to get this uniform. It's just kind of a little bit of a bonus, but it does kind of suck that there's not a free to play option to get the uniform here, maybe through farming or even like a crystal spending way to get this. It is only a real money way, which is, like I said, a little bit annoying. But let's go ahead and take a look at the uniform and see what it does for Gwenpool. And also, this uniform does look like it's going to be similar to the Captain Marvel uniform. I can't remember the name of it, but the one that's always grayed out that we can't buy anymore. I think this is going to be a one Like, this is the only time it's going to be available, and then I think you won't have a chance to get it again. Whereas the Lady Deadpool one says it may return in the notices, so I think you can buy that one at any time. But the Gwenpool one here, I think this is the one and only time you can pick up this uniform, which is also a reason why I went and got it, because I kind of like to collect all of the uniforms that I can, and when there's a limited one like this, I definitely want to grab it. So let's take a look here. The uniform bonus is going to increase chain hit damage by 25%, increase cold damage by 40%, enhance the effects of skill Adventurous, and enhance the effects of skill Lady Mercenary. So her 4-star passive and her tier 2 passive. And then we have 3 skill changes. All of them are now going to do chill damage, so they're all going to be cold elements, so we can take advantage of a cold damage obelisk if you want to for these 3 skills here, because these are going to be the main skills that you're going to be using in general anyway. These pretty much the whole skill rotation right here. 5th skill, go into the 4th skill, use the 3rd skill, and boom, that's your rotation. So let's see what they actually do. The 3rd skill now has a guard hit, 8 hits for 7 seconds, which is fantastic. It has incapacitation, which is also nice. The 4th skill here has Entomb, which of course does not work on world bosses, but it will work in Shadowland and help to keep them locked down. It's very similar to White Fox's Entomb skill, except she entombs them in a snowball, which looks like a snowman, instead of in rocks like White Fox does. And then the 5th skill right here has a decrease to cold resist, ignores immunity, so it does work on world bosses, and it's up to a minus 30%. So nothing too crazy there, but minus 30 is minus 30. I mean, I'll take it. It'll increase her damage. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the changes to her passives here. So if we go over to skills, the Adventurous passive is going to be the exact same as her previous uniform. So that has not changed at all. You're still getting the 5% max HP heal, 2-second cooldown when she's below 90% HP. But the change to her passive here is a little bit different. So previously, it was a 50% chance when attacking to give you everything there except for the guaranteed dodge rate. So the guaranteed dodge is new, and also the cooldown time is different. So previously, you had it up for 5 seconds on a 10-second cooldown. So you had 5 seconds of downtime where you could not get this to activate no matter what. So you always had 5 seconds where her tier 2 passive was not active, whereas now it is active for 5 seconds, but on a 3-second cooldown, whereas the chance may be a little bit lower, 30% chance when attacking. You can now have the chance, though, to keep this up indefinitely during the battle, which is good. So I do like that change that you can have this pretty much activated all the time, but I still would like it even more if it just did not have an activation rate, if it was just a flat passive. But either way, it's really nice. And again, the only change on this is the guaranteed dodge, so it's going to help out with her survivability a little bit more, because 35% is quite nice. So that's what Gwenpool's getting here, and she did not get her potential. As you can see here, cannot be advanced any further, so no potential for her quite yet. But even at level 60 here, because I did try her out a little bit, she was doing very well with this uniform, so I was quite happy with the results. So let's take a look first at her build, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay of Gwenpool here before we end off this video. So for her skills, we have the 3rd skill leveled up for the guard hit. We have the 4th skill leveled up for the heal, and I think that was it. The 5th skill leveled up for the cold immunity down, or cold defense down. And then we have Power of Angry Hulk, as her ice weight set is not fully awakened, but is stage 6. And then for her obelisk here, I still have just a 4-star obelisk on here. Recovery rate, immune to guard break with a 120 proc. I definitely still like having the immune to guard break on her because she doesn't have super armor anywhere. She does have the 4 seconds of invincibility, or these, actually, is it 6 seconds of invincibility or 4 seconds of invincibility in a 4th skill? It's 5 seconds of invincibility, which might be enough because her 5th skill is a full iframe. You know what? We never went into the skill preview for these, did we? So I want to show that off. So for the 4th skill, or the 3rd skill change here, she kind of just shoots snowballs at them and entombs them, as you can see, in the little Gwenpool snowman there. And then for the 4th skill, she just gets them entombed in the snowman again, but then she rolls them up into a giant snowball and starts pushing them around the map, which is quite funny. And then the 5th skill, she hops onto like her super powered ski there, and then boom, just flying around. And as you can see, Lady Deadpool does pop in at the end there for a little bit of a cameo. So her skill animations look really cool, so I definitely like the changes there. Let's go ahead and grab this one. Yeah, let's go ahead. This one? Come on. Okay. Alright, there we go. Finally loaded in. Only skill change is the 5th skill, and as you can see here, boom, she also gets on the skis and just sliding around there and just raining presents down. And then she has Santa's giant sack. Or sack, that sounds kind of weird. Santa's giant sack of presents. All right, yeah, giant present sack there, and then it explodes. So yeah, quite cool skill animation, so I do like that. But like I said, we're going to end off with a little bit of gameplay of Gwenpool here to show just how strong she is with this uniform. And do keep in mind for the gameplay, she is just level 60 and she only has a 120 damage proc on her. So let's go ahead and hop into that. Alright, so here we are at the first fight for Gwenpool. We're going up against a stage 48 Proxima here, and as you can see, I did speed up this clip quite a bit so we don't have to sit through the entire thing. But the thing to note here is we are not using any strikers at all. We have Nick Fury's leadership and we have Shuri's tier 2 passives. We are going full support here for Gwenpool, but she is only a level 60. And like I said, there's no strikers here, so she's not getting all defense down support or mind control or anything like that. And from what you can see here, she's doing respectable damage for a level 60 character, and for me having, what was it, a 120 proc? I've already forgotten on her. So yeah, I was quite impressed with how she was doing with this uniform here, because stage 48, that's not an easy stage. There's not a ton of characters that can do this without strikers, because a lot of characters do depend on that all defense down. But Gwenpool here, she's putting it down. She's surviving the entire time as well, which is also fantastic. You can see all the purple spears coming down from the sky, so we had to run around there. But yeah, she's getting really close to clearing this. If we didn't have to run around all this time, we definitely would have cleared it. I did try out this particular run 2 or 3 times, and I was getting down to just 1 or 2 bars with my other runs. So this was one of the slower runs, but this was the one I happened to record. And now here, just to show in contrast, we have all the strikers. So now we have that all defense down from the strikers, and we bumped it up. If you notice there in the top left corner, we are now in stage 60. So yeah, I went all the way up to a stage 60 here. So with all defense down from the strikers, look how much damage she is putting down with this uniform. That was weapon hex striking right there. You can see those bars start to melt. But yeah, Gwenpool is no joke with this uniform. She can hit quite hard. So yeah, so far I'm impressed with her damage. I can't wait to see what she'll do when she gets her level 70, because as of right now, she's already hitting as hard as some level 70s in terms of what stage she's able to kind of beat in War Boss Ultimate. Because as you can see here with the strikers, which is, again, is a little unfair, but at the same time, everyone's going to be using strikers, and I'm sure everyone at least has one all defense down striker. So on that note, actually, do you guys want me to use like a certain strikers when I'm doing tests of their damage? Looks like this is the end of the clip here because it's back down to normal speed again. But yeah, do you want me to use like certain strikers? Maybe don't use any paywall strikers, or something like that, maybe. I don't know, to make it a little more balanced. But right now, I mean, these are kind of some ideal strikers to use. So yeah, that's Gwenpool. Her new Christmas party uniform is looking quite nice. I definitely like the damage boost that she got. Her survivability has always been pretty good, but now that she has those iframes, or longer iframes, yeah, she's doing really well. So overall, I really like the uniform. I just wish there was an easier way to obtain it, or a non-paywall way to obtain it. But it is a seasonal uniform. It looks like it might be the only time you can grab it. So if you do spend money, I would recommend getting it. If not, I'm sorry, there's not really another way to get it. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.